Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have Boss with FAMAS versus Red Viking, and this is going to be another $10 money match. Also, Boss with FAMAS is once again me, so it's me versus Red Viking, and then I see $10 money match. Okay, they win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and then they're going to go ahead and decide to go first, 40 versus 40, gotta love to see it. Opening hands, we got Book of Eclipse, Book of Moon, Duel, Blue Tang, and Book of Eclipse. They have Longyung, Vashuda, Imperm, Ashina, and Duality. So their hand is ridiculous. Oh my. And Duality is crazy to see in SwordSoul. But they have the Ashina, Vashuda technique. So that's pretty good, and I don't have like a way to stop it. So they're going to go ahead, go main phase, activate Ashina, special summon out. Okay. And then link that off, go in the Monk, special summon out Vashuda now. Yup, that's fine. And then they're gonna activate Ashina effect. I bluff here. Oh my god, if I had Ash, that would have been so good. They're gonna bring out Adara, and then they're gonna go in the Grandmaster, activate Grandmaster effect to go search, and then Grandmaster goes ahead and grabs out Moyi from the deck to the hand. On resolution, I drop Droll, and then they're gonna go Adara, grab back Ashina. Because if they're grabbing Moyi, there's a couple things I'm thinking. One, they might already have Longyung. Two, like, they're obviously going to get Moyi draw, but also if they have Longyung, then they're going to try to draw multiple cards with Synchro 10 and Moyi. So now they're just going to go Longyung, discard special summon. They're not even going to commit their Moyi, just trying to hold that for follow-up. Go for Synchro 10, burn, and then set Imperm, set Duality, and then pass turn. I wish they would have, committed their Moyi, because that means they would have committed everything. And then my Book of Eclipse looks even better. I draw another Blue Tang, which is not very good, because it's like a strict normal summon card. So here I go, activate Book of Eclipse, they chain, which also I found that to be a little bit crazy that they chain, because I even went to main phase to like bluff Talons, and they were fine with it. I was like, wow, that is wild. I don't think I'm burning my opponent to play on the Talons like that, I'm not gonna lie. Because Talons really does a lot. Summon Blue Tang, effect, they chain Imperm, and then they said on res, activate Duality. If they didn't say on res Duality, I was going to go into the battle phase, and I was going to attack over Monk to try to play around Blackout. But now they're going to go ahead, Duality, Tribute. They're tributing a Worm level 8 light monster to bring out a Worm level 8 with a different attribute. So they're going to bring out the Mirror Jade there, which is like, that's tough. I really wasn't expecting the Mirror Jade to get dropped on me. And then they didn't do anything there, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Linking the Sea Angel, because I was expecting to just lose right there. I was like, oh man, like, got outplayed by Duality and the Mirror Jade. What was I supposed to do? But then they let me do this. I go Blue Tang and Sea Angel. I end up hitting Spring Girl there. I grab that back to hand, and then put back the Ash and Desires, and then Sea Angel grabs Dive. Now here, I have to decide which book to use on Mirror Jade to force it, and I ended up deciding to use Book of Moon, so that way I can try to use Book of Eclipse next turn, which I know is going to give him a bunch of draws next turn, but I need to do whatever it takes to survive, because I can already see that this is not looking the greatest for me. I go Spring Girl, banish the special. Also, I thought about a different line. I could have activated Dive, special summon back. But then, like, I go into Blue Slug. And either way, I can't ever activate my Blue Slug effect here. Yeah, I was trying to see if there was, like, a different way to do that. But there just isn't. Yeah, no matter which way I started, I just can't ever get my Blue Slug effect to add back. Which sucks, because, like, that's resources. Spring Girl, Mills Veiler. I know the last card in their hand is Moyi. So I just have to, like, not play into the Imperm column here, and there's no interruptions. Dive, bring out Spring Girl. And then I use Spring Girl plus Blue Slug to go into Splash Mage, summon back out Spring Girl, use those to go into Coral and Anemone, and then effect, bring out Splash Mage, use those, go into the Aqua, and then Coral effect to grab back Spring Girl. Okay. And then battle phase, attack over Monk. And then I go Aqua effect, bounce itself, and bounce back the Synchro 10. And then I go set Book of Eclipse, pass, end phase to get the draw one because of Book of Eclipse. Yup. and then they draw Desires, then they draw YuGiOh for turn, so they didn't activate the Ash Dragon effect to do anything, which I didn't know. I didn't know if they were going to summon off this or not. I didn't know what was happening. I was like, there has to be a reason they're dumping Ash Dragon specifically, right? And I was like, maybe they're going to try to summon Fallen of Albaz on me and, like, try to fuse into something, but I didn't know. I didn't know. But yeah, they didn't do anything with that, which I was happy about. I was happy nothing being done with that. I wasn't sure if they just forgot or if they just were like, okay, I'm not even gonna activate it. I don't know. But they went Moyi effect, reveal YuGiOh, bring out token. Because at the beginning I was like, oh man, now I have to deal with a branded fusion on the follow up. I can't deal with that. But they weren't playing all that. But Moyi and the token. And then I was thinking here if I wanted to flip my Book of Eclipse or not. I decided not to because I was like, okay, their next play would be like Vashuda target back row. And I'm at least going to make them bait that. Or they could keep playing, and then my Book of Eclipse can try to go even further. Because the problem is that Mirror Jade can flip itself, and that Mirror Jade's also a worm, and that Mirror Jade could have another banish potentially, which could also just banish the token. And I was thinking so much, because I was like, oh man, they just have too much fun with that. Like, that Mirror Jade is so good, especially the fact that it's a worm. It's actually just dumb. But they added Emergence. Now they're going to go YuGiOh, discard Vashuda, special summon out, bring out the token. And then here I go activate Book of Eclipse. I kind of have to. It's not like I can wait for Vashuda target because if they just go in the Baron, I look dumb. So I flip the book there. They go activate Potted Desires to go banish and draw. So banish, and then draw in the Ash Blossom and Thrust. Let me look at their banishes. They got Duality, Ecclesia, Ash, Taya, another Duality, so they play 3 of this. If Mirror Jade could dump a Synchro from the extract that lists Fallen of Albaz, that'd be nice, because then you'd be able to, you know, play that little package, because end phase you'd be able to, like, Ecclesia bring out, or use the Synchro to bring out Ecclesia during end phase, which is, like, actual follow-up off the engine. But now they're just going to go set Thrust. They could have flipped their Mirror Jade and poked me, but, I mean, do you really need to get damage in here? Probably not. You could go to end phase, try to draw more interruptions, because they get to draw 3. They draw Desires, Emergence, Ashina, Pass, I draw Mandarin. So they have 1 Ash Blossom, 1 Grandmaster, and a potential activation of Mirror Jade here versus my Spring Girl, Mandarin, Blue Thing. So I go main phase. Here's my graveyard if you want to look at it too. And then there's my banished. Okay, so I start this off with normal summon Blue Tang. Effect. They chain Grandmaster on it to negate it. Okay. Then up next. Yeah, I was thinking real hard here. Like real hard. I go in the Sea Angel. And then I go Sea Angel 1, Blue Thing 2, and then I grab Pascalis there, and then I put the rest back. Okay. And then the Sea Angel resolve to go search here. I was thinking because I have Dive and Grave, there's a world where I can go like, I can end up adding back Dive from Grave with like Coral or Marbled Rock or something. So then Sea Angel can search Battle Ocean, so that way Dive can summon from deck instead of summoning from Grave. So I was thinking maybe I could do that to summon like a Pascalis from deck, and then activate that effect to special summon. But I was just thinking like that wasn't worth it, and I had already kind of decided that because I grabbed Pascalis. Because otherwise Blue Thing could have just grabbed Blue Thing, and then Dive could summon Pascalis from deck. Pascalis can summon out the Blue Thing from hand instead of having to like, you know, find alternative ways to get to level 4s or like use my Spring Girl there. But now I'm going to go Dive summon back from Grave. I just wanted to play around Ash. That's the reason why I didn't want to go for that whole Battle Ocean thing. Is because I was like, I don't need to play in the Ash Blossom with any of my stuff. So if I don't have to play into it with any of my stuff, I'm going to continue to play like that. Because there is a high chance that they have Ash Blossom. Because they drew 5 brand new cards last turn. And yeah, I mean, that's just fair, right? To get to Ash Blossom, everyone plays Ash Blossom. So I activate Dive to summon from Grave, and they chain Ash, and they said, but the second effect summons from deck. And I told them, like, you know, that's like trying to Ash Talents effect to like take or peep the hand. And then, so I went ahead, dive, summon back blue thing, and then activate Spring Girl, banish, special summon, and then here I'm going to link the Sea Angel and the Spring Girl off into Coral, activate Spring Girl effect to mill, I hit Seahorse, Spring Girl, 400. I mean, come on, we were just always hitting off these every single time. We were never missing. And then, here, it was hard. It was real hard, because I had Mandarin effect to special, but you can only do that if you have 2 Marincess. So if I go like Coral effect, summon back out Spring Girl, make Bahamut Shark, bring out Toad, I no longer have 2 Marincess. And it's like, I can't necessarily get back to 2 good Marincess. So here I go Mandarin effect to special, because I figure I can just get my Coral effect later on, so it's fine. So I go in the Blue Slug to add back the Seahorse. And then there, I go Coral plus Blue Slug up in the Coral Triangle. I know this is going to get stopped by Ash Blossom. I was fine with it because I could have went for Marbled Rock to add back from Grave, but instead I went into this. Then I get to grab back the Spring Girl because, you know, you can use both Coral's effects in one turn. So I was thinking, like, somehow if they were holding, like, a field interruption and they do it, I at least have Coral banished to special summon back. Because, like, my opponent was also reading, like, all my Marincess cards. So, like, you know, I'm kind of fine with, like, taking that little bit of a risk there. This could just become a Soul Charge and then, like, allow me to, like, try to keep playing. So I go Coral Triangle, discard the Ash Blossom. Sure, never needed that Pascalis anyways. It's also good in the graveyard. But I'd be able to get it into graveyard anyways, because I'm still going to have one more discard. Special summon out Seahorse, and then use those to go up into the Great Bubble Reef. And then now I can go Great Bubble Reef, discard to try to special summon back out my Link 2 from the banish pile that I banished with Spring Girl. And then here I go Great Bubble Reef into the World Sea Dragon Zelantis, and then activate the effect. So they're going to lose their field, and then I get to bring back, then I bring back like that. They don't get to bring back because, you know, these aren't water, and then the token, it gets banished, and it just leaves forever, because I know the token was water, but that won't come back. Then I get my Coral effect to bring out Splash Mage effect to bring out Spring Girl. I could have also went Coral to summon Spring Girl, and then went for Bahamut Shark Toad. Like, that was probably just the better thing to do there. I realized that as I was doing this, because I was, like, setting up my Link arrows for this, just in case, like, I can get an extra pop, but it just never mattered. I could have just went for the Bahamut Shark Toad thing. I go for Marbled Rock, add back, and then they admit defeat, because I just go for game there. They said, crazy, I didn't see a way I lost that, and I said, I didn't see a way I won that. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was rough. That was rough. I was using, like, infinite brain power to do that. Like, I am a Marincess noob, and I'm learning with it. It's one reason why I'm playing these money matches, is to get, like, good testing, like, serious testing. They said I should have Vishuda when I summoned Moyi. I said Yi to force the set, but now they get to go first in game 2. Opening hands, we have Mandarin, Dive, Book of Moon, Mandarin, Seahorse. They have Duality, Droll, Vishuda, Duality, and Blackout. So they go main phase. And then they think here they're going to go Vishuda to special summon out. Okay. And then here they're going to go Vishuda, make Monk. Yup. And then they set Blackout and then go to pass. So going Vishuda into Monk plays around the books, but it also plays into me just, like, beating over this. So I draw Imperm, and then I go main phase, normal summon out Seahorse, go in the Blue Slug effect to add back Seahorse from the graveyard, and then they drop Droll, and I let them know, like, I added from grave, not deck, and then I say battle phase, beat over Monk to play around the Blackout. And then main phase 2, special summon out Seahorse and the Sea Angel, and then activate the Sea Angel effect to go grab Battle Ocean. They hit me with Droll, sure. And then up next, because now I have Battle Ocean plus Dive, so I have a free special summon from deck. Nice little E-Telly. Coral effect, bring back Sea Angel, and then use those to go up into Marbled Rock, and then activate Coral to grab back Seahorse, and then activate Battle Ocean. and then activate dive, special summon out Blue Tang from the deck, effect to go down Pascalus, and I thought about maybe here, instead of making the Marbled Rock, I think I was actually supposed to just make the Coral Triangle. So instead of trying to add back follow-up, I just keep some follow-up in the grave. I think that's what I should have done there, because now here I go Marbled Rock effect, I grab back Pascalus. I had two choices also, either grab back Pascalus or dive. And I also think I made the incorrect choice here. I think I was supposed to grab back dive, because I already have a normal summon. I have like the special summon extender type card. So then I can get dive as another extender type card instead of another normal summon type card. Even though it's like a normal summon extender. So then I go for Aqua, Battle Ocean effect 2, equip, set book, set imperm. Yeah, so some mistakes were definitely done that turn on my part. Like I could have had Coral in rotation instead of this Pascalus in hand, which I would have much rather had. That'll definitely help out. They draw Otara, and then they're going to go main phase. They're going to activate Otara effect, and I know that's the top deck because otherwise last turn Otara plus Fushuda would have been tried to, you know, synchro. So I know it's the top deck. So they go special summon Otara, and then on summon, I go ahead and I book a moon. I know it's blackout set. They chain blackout, and then here I go ahead and chain imperm because I think there's like talents or thrust or something in hand because, you know, I didn't hand trap them at all last turn. So I'm thinking it's probably something like that. I know this is the top deck, so I know it's not like a top deck monster that's playable. So I know that like Aqua realistically should be able to deal with it here. I didn't want to activate Aqua to negate this because then I play in the Talons. And I didn't want them to be like, oh, Talons draw 2 and then just like win the game somehow. So yeah, just go ahead, I imperm that, and then they say GG's. Yep, and their last 2 cards in hand were Duality. They weren't doing anything. They weren't going to work. Yeah, and I don't think they have a target for Vashuda. Is there even a level 7 worm that's not dark? I mean, probably, right? There's probably something out there. I know Yazi, but that's dark. So I don't know. Maybe there's something. Maybe there's something. But yeah, so that's disgusting. And then, you know, I told them to PayPal to Sun too. And then, yeah, I started asking them about how they felt about the duality and stuff. And then GG's. Seeing how long the match was. The match was about 40 minutes long. And I do end up winning that one over my opponent. So now I won $10 there. And nice. We take those. Also, if you want to watch the other money match I played today, you can go ahead and check that video out on my channel. That came out, like, you know, not long ago. You can check it out. It's called, like, DB Grinder versus Tier Limit. And, yeah, that's going to be it for the money matches today. I'm done with money matches for today. And DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.